Welcome to the podcast from your RiskFootprint resilience team. We're your pathway to smarter hazard and climate preparedness, offering clear insights, actionable solutions, and expert support to help you safeguard your properties and build true resilience.
When millions of dollars are on the line for a commercial property acquisition, the physical building is only half the equation. A property's true value is tightly bound to the environmental hazards surrounding it, risks that are often entirely invisible from the street. We pull localized federal datasets, stacking a FEMA flood zone, USGS seismic fault, and NIFC fire perimeter over a property footprint. But location is one dimension. We tilt these datasets flat, dropping disaster event markers to map a 20-year history of local hazard events. Assessing this web of environmental data is the mandatory foundation of any secure real estate transaction. The challenge is that buyers and lenders have to uncover all these risks during the due diligence period. It's a strict, unforgiving window, often just 30 to 60 days, where millions of dollars of capital hang in the balance. That short timeline clashes directly with the sheer volume of traditional hazard reports, which regularly span hundreds of dense, highly technical pages. Professionals have to manually comb through these unstructured PDFs. They are forced to hunt for specific data points buried in text, instead of analyzing the actual threat. When analysts are bogged down reading raw data, the entire process stalls. Crucial investment decisions are put on hold while teams try to make sense of the paperwork. The commercial real estate industry has plenty of hazard data. What it lacks is a mechanism to compress that data into immediate human comprehension. That compression happens when you combine RiskFootprint with Microsoft Copilot. It takes massive amounts of environmental data and turns it into instant clarity. The workflow starts seamlessly. You simply open your dense RiskFootprint report directly within the Microsoft Edge browser. From there, a single click on the Copilot icon summons the AI panel right alongside your document. You drag and drop the PDF into the panel and paste the standard hazard summary command into the prompt box. This drag and drop process turns hours of manual data extraction into a background task, letting analysts move straight to evaluating the property. Copilot's internal processing power reads and analyzes the entire multi-page risk footprint report in seconds. The AI immediately strips away the excess. It isolates the top environmental hazards and pinpoints the exact FEMA flood zone designations. Next, it synthesizes the complex 20-year disaster history into a rapidly digestible summary, showing you exactly what has happened on that specific plot of land. Finally, Copilot generates tailored recommendations, giving you specific next steps based entirely on those localized datasets. The AI successfully takes a chaotic web of disparate agency data and turns it into a defensible, instantly readable narrative. Let's look at how the real-world professionals who actually deploy capital use this processed intelligence. A prospective buyer will look straight at the isolated top hazards data. They need that specific clarity to make the ultimate binary assessment for the asset: buy or don't buy. A lender takes the exact same report, but focuses their attention almost entirely on the 20-year disaster history. This dynamic risk matrix shows how that data drives pricing. The lender uses the historical hazard frequency on the x-axis to mathematically determine the loan interest rate on the y-axis, allowing them to accurately price the loan. A single, unified set of AI-distilled data acts as a prism, simultaneously driving two completely different high-stakes financial decisions. Then there's a third stakeholder, the architecture and engineering consultant, who views the data through a physical, structural lens. The A&E consultant bypasses the financial metrics and goes straight to the AI's tailored recommendation section. These localized recommendations give the consultant the specific parameters they need to accurately scope the property resilience assessment, without wasting days on preliminary reading. This targeted AI-assisted scoping is highly precise, replacing the old method of estimating structural needs based on dense reports that no one had the time to fully read. By condensing thousands of data points into a single shared narrative, RiskFootprint and Copilot allow every professional in the chain to work from the same intelligence at the speed of the market.
Thank you for joining us on this podcast. To learn more, visit riskfootprint.com.